Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Road to Recovery, a Football Manager Let's Play where we take Rangers from the Championship into the Premiership. We're just about to start the match against Spartans in the Challenge Cup. Huge odds in the favour of Rangers tonight because I think it's 1 to 33 for Rangers to win and 50 to 1 for Spartans to win. It's understandable. You're sitting with Premiership, kind of class defence with pretty much a Premiership class team. So it shouldn't be that much of a challenge to get back into the Premiership. However, there is some stiff competition from a couple of other teams here. Boyd finding the net. 1-0 up after 13 minutes. We're doing well. There's a bit of a scramble in the box. Templeton nearly scoring, messes up the shot. Boyd though pounces on it, get the goal. I don't know if anyone else notices this, but just as these highlights play, though that was not good. Where was our defence? We were completely wide open. That was not what I want to see. If you look here, yep, maybe some calls for offside there, but there's no one back. He just sprints through, gets a shot on goal and scores. I think that Black and McLeod are going to form a very good partnership over the season. Unfortunately, McLeod was a bit on the rough side after our last match, and it's now 2-1. This would be absolutely shocking. Our first, kind of professional game that's not a friendly, and we're getting beat 2-1 by a non-league side. Wallace puts it in the middle. Templeton scores, hits back almost immediately. This is not a result I'm happy with. I think we should be sitting a much higher advantage. Hopefully we can make them pay for scoring. Ball goes out, Hara picking it up. That's a nice long ball there from Hanlon. I'm expecting something to come of this. Into the box for Law. Boyd hits it high and wide. Boyd playing into McCulloch, gets tackled by, I think that'll be Stuart Urquhart. Drops to Boyd. Boyd surely scores. It really doesn't. It's maybe something we need to look at is composure in our strikers. I think that Boyd maybe just doesn't have that amount. Patterson's through on goal and he misses as well. Maybe try and train our strikers to take a touch before they shoot. That was another close call there. It's not something you really want happening when you're playing a non-league side with such a strong team. I think we're going to be heading into half-time here at 2-2 or possibly even 3-2 at this moment in time because we are getting absolutely ripped apart. Templeton on the ball, plays it through. Oh, Patterson on the ball and it's high and wide again. Finishing at, there we are, Patterson scores what he's been threatened for quite a lot of the game. Patterson scoring on his debut. Unfortunately, Hardy, as we saw last episode, got injured before the game, something we really didn't want to happen considering how much of an impact he makes on the squad. Most attacking moves will have him involved in some way. Marco Hara is not having a good game, but Templeton, Boyd and Patterson are all having rather strong games at the moment. We won't bother with actually doing a proper team talk. We shouldn't need to, and we should be, personally I think we should be up 5 or 6 to 0 at this moment in time. We're playing, this should be no challenge for us, but yet we're absolutely struggling. Through on to Douglas. McCulloch picks up the ball. Well, this may not end well. Urquhart. Oh, come on Bell, just head upfield. This is one of the more annoying things about using extended highlights is occasionally stuff like this happens where hardly anything happens during the highlight, but it just keeps going. It's quite annoying. Hanlon back to Bell, and he hits it forward. Drops Templeton to Wallace. Hopefully Wallace can create something here. Black across to Cinnamon, plays it through onto Law, chips into the box. Templeton scores. We're 4-2 up. Templeton's definitely a kind of goal threat as we've seen through most of the pre-season. He has chipped in with hat tricks or braces every game. It's, I definitely think January we could be fielding some offers from him for, a few million, especially after some of the performance he'll put in on his own and his dribbling ability. They're way up 5-2. Knowing how Football Manager works, it could be, I think, the end of the game will finish 6-3. Like usually, if you go 3-0 down early and you make a comeback, you'll more than often than not finish 4-3. David Templeton scoring a hat trick, they'll score now more than likely, unless we get another goal. Then I won't know what the score will end up being. But Templeton again with this dribbling that's just made him such an assassin today. When he gets within the 18-yard box, here comes Cinnamon, probably going to pass it through to Law. He does, out to McCulloch, out wide to Templeton, who puts it into the box. McCulloch just putting it over. Spartans are making a substitution. It's probably for the best. Wallace tries to play it in, off the post, and it's kicked out to touch. Walter Berlini is telling us to take some people off, make changes to marking and stuff like that, and I don't disagree. Douglas tries to put it in it, Bell gets to it. The team's picked up now that we've went 4 goals ahead. It's going really well for us. You're looking at this 7.3 for a keeper, despite the fact he's conceded 2 goals. Just shows you how good a game he's actually having. Kind of concerned at the back because of those early mistakes that led to the goals, but I think that we're going to run out comfortable winners here. O'Hara out, picks the ball up into McCulloch, he puts it over. Sweeney kicks the ball out. The game's probably going to end after this attacking run. Back out to Wallace, plays down to Black, into McCulloch. There's a few players drifting around the box. Patterson looks like he's going for it, but no, it just goes straight into Sweeney's hands. And here it is, it's the end of the game. 3 seconds left of the minute. There we are, full time. Some things I think could have been done a lot better. Like if you look at Mark O'Hara's rating before half time, 5.9, definitely picked up towards full time. I think that may have been just a combined effort from a lot of the players. Templeton having a storming game, 3 goals and 1 assist, and the same with Chris Boyd, 2 goals and 1 assist. So we definitely have a strong scoring force. This is 52% of the possession of Spartans. That just really shouldn't happen. No milestones happened today. People saying there's no surprise at all, but I think Spartans can go home happy with that result, knowing that they actually made us panic for a bit. I think we've got a fantastic chance going on ahead and winning the tournament. I am delighted about the turnaround. It certainly made the halftime talk a lot easier. Bunhan, they both had very good debuts, as did, I think, we had several debutants playing. Everything went according to plan, which of course it didn't, but we don't need to let the press know that. Partick Thistleov made up Ian Black bid for £75,000. He's worth 120,000. He is on quite a large wage, and although I did foresee it's only to next season, and so getting a bit of money for him now might not be the worst thing in the world. Player's contract runs out soon. That's why we're going to sell him. He's already getting he's getting aged, so his value's going to fall. Stevie Smith, after he's been an idiot. I don't actually mind whether he goes or not. So what we'll do this episode, we'll play right up to just before the East Fife game. Off camera, I did some scouting of some players, like this Jordan Palmer Samuels. I think, although there's a couple of things, doesn't feel, that he's very interested in joining the club. Maybe an idea, maybe just to bring him in and say a youth contract. It could, we can't, so maybe just bring him in, have him on hardly any money. it's not going to be that much of an impact on the wage budget, but he'll play up just to before the East Fife game. Couldn't find an affiliate club for Rangers to go. Oh, there is. That's our current affiliated club, so they couldn't find a new one. Rangers under 20s and that really big, go. We get Queen of the South in the Challenge Cup. Our Falkirk game and our Hearts game has been rearranged. This is another keeper I was looking into. I really think we need that. We've got a couple of really good, quality under 20s keepers, and Benjamin Sygris would almost fit into that, but he is, I think, a lot better than some of the keepers we've got in the first team and the ones in under 20s. So he'll become a kind of number 2 keeper. They're wanting about £93,000, but I'm going to see if I can negotiate that down to 75. Yeah, they find it acceptable. So Ian Black's transfer is covering the cost of that, but he is wanting a lot of money, and I don't think we have that amount. I'll speak to the board, see if I can. Nope, they are not going to budge on that, seeing as we've got it all down. I mean, if I was to put it up to key player, then I'd be more than able. Or not even. No, I'll have to walk away. He's a keeper that I'd really like to sign, but just wanting too much money. I think going up to the East Fife game, we'll maybe have some players coming back into the squad, like Fraser Aird and some other players. Ian Black saying that he would only accept getting paid £4,800 per week up until the end of his contract. I think we might as well. We're not buying Segrist, and so maybe might even out. I don't know. Jordan Palmer Samuels set to sign for Rangers. I suppose with the money they'd be paying Segrist per week, so it'll probably even itself out. Now, at least Black understands why we need to sell him. Palmer Samuels is almost immediately getting made available for loan and being offered to clubs on loan. He's worth next to nothing, but they can have him to the end of next season. It's not about him being able to, I don't actually care how much he gets played. He's mainly there just as a wee punt. See if I can, get a wee go and try and get some money later on. Forey is now injured out for 4 weeks. Ross Lyon has agreed no offers for Palmer Samuels, but that's mainly because he's just joined the club, doesn't want to leave. Unable to find a senior affiliate, which is unlucky again. A couple of big transfers going on, I'm not even going to try and pronounce some of these names, I just embarrass myself. I think there's not going to be much more leading up to the East Fife game. I love how it always says there's pressure building, but we're bringing in Barry Ferguson, who'll probably just pull on the number 8 kit. Yeah, good do that. Barry Ferguson, of course, being given, he's a Rangers icon. If we look at his career achievements, he's done a lot. If we look all the way down, it's everything from 97 up to now, making his senior debut against Hibs, won the Scottish League Cup in 98, won the Scottish Premiership and the Scottish Cup in 99, and was the Young Player of the Year. In 2000 he won the Premiership and the Scottish Cup and was the Football Writers Player of the Year. 2002 he won the League Cup, the Scottish Cup. In 2003 he won the League Cup, Premiership and the Scottish Cup, doing the treble, and became the Players Player of the Year. 2005 he won the League Cup, the Scottish Premiership. In 2008 the League Cup and the Scottish Cup. Was a UEFA European Championship runner-up. So you're just starting to see some of the glory that Rangers used to have. In 2009 winning the getting runners-up in League Cup, winning the Scottish Premiership and the Scottish Cup. In 2011, winning the Capital One Cup with Birmingham. However, they were relegated from the English Premier Division. Loaned a few people to Clyde before signed by myself on a free transfer. Actually played a short spell with Blackburn, but don't think actually played all that much for them. Let's just see. Joined Blackburn Rovers for £7.5 million. Made 36 appearances for them, but they didn't win anything. So it's good that he's returning. Actually, I'm going to just go straight in and issue him the number 8 shirt, because I think he deserves it. Submit numbers, yes. Harry Bow. How's he doing at this moment in time? Oh, not actually. He's joining Rangers next month. But yeah, he's improved drastically actually. Those are some really good stats. I'm probably not going to play him because I think that he'd just be a bit too OP. In the editor I arranged these joining of Rangers, so he'd have played an English club for a wee bit. Stockport haven't actually made any appearances so far. I think he's just a bit too much for me to be bringing in. So I think I can't actually play him. Yeah, I think I'll just have to send him out on loan for a bit, and then I suppose the 29.5 million is not actually representative of how good he is, because although he's got lots of good stats, the 29.5 million is actually amplified by the fact he plays in England. In actual fact, he's probably only worth 8 million, probably. But again, that's 8 million that you could then get that for, because Barry Ferguson, we've got these 5 games in 3 days, probably won't be fit for it. He's actually played a game for Clyde so far and he played very well. So Slater, not doing well at Kilmarnock. Barry can lead the club to glory, and all the rest. We'll stop on the 1st of August. Bo joins Rangers on the 7th. We'll maybe play him a bit, but only in cup games, I think. The league has to be by the regular players. In fact, now that I remember, I believe I actually set Harry Bow's stats as he was in the AAR at my last reading of it. Yeah, Palmer Samuels is a good player, but like in any spot. Yeah, so anyway guys, thanks for watching. You've been a great audience as ever, despite the fact that there's only about 3 people watching these videos. But hopefully you've had a good time watching it. I've received some feedback that you don't want as long videos, so that's fine. We're both kind of cinnamon, out your mind. So I think that's us. Hope you enjoyed this again, and see you.